All right. Justin Fields, preseason week 2 film breakdown. So, I did the instant reaction for Bears fans. Now we get to actually dive into the All-22. And I got to tell you, the first thing is... first, please like, subscribe, comment, and also reshare this on Twitter or Facebook or whatever y'all do. Tag me in it. That'd be super helpful. Help the channel grow. But... one, I love Chicago fans. You guys are unreal. I'm really excited about this. Second, I have to be brutally honest in the fact that I cannot stand Soldier Field and the film angle. No, I shouldn't say Soldier Field. Soldier Field is an icon. So put that aside. I can't stand the All-22 film angle. It is not very good. And I like to draw up the concepts, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't do it on this angle because it's like everything doesn't look right. So we're going to talk through them, and we're going to do everything we can. So I really hope you enjoy. We're going to go good, 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 bad, bad, good, good, good. Start positive, end positive. For those that have seen my videos before, you know how I roll. Okay? Probably my favorite throw of the day by Fields. It's an unreal ball. It didn't make that many of the highlights, which is just weird. So the Bills are disguising the heck out of this. Look at this safety last minute bail all the way back. And they get to cover 2. I mean, that's crazy. This thing looks exactly like 1. And then look at him just start hightailing out of there. They get to cover 2. The fact that Fields then gets to a cover 2 hole shot after this look is so impressive. Literally, you're going to just see him rip this hole shot in between where the deep half is playing and the press the flat corners playing. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Hitch ball. What you guys are really going to like, and that's a heck of a throw. I mean, there's an argument to be made about against the starters, yada, 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 but it's a heck of a throw right now. What I really want you guys to pay attention to is his eyes. Watch this. He puts his eyes right down the middle, which helps keep this safety, who's already way into the boundary, helps keep him as centered as possible. You see those eyes right away? Okay, and then boom, he hitches and comes alive. I'll let you guys see it in real time. But those eyes are what help enable this play. And then that's just a heck of a ball. I love when these young guys hunt with the football. When they say, you know what, I'm driving this thing. I love when these young quarterbacks do that, and I think that's something that Fields does a heck of a job of. So Bears here are just motioning to empty. What they're really trying to do is they're just trying to isolate this tight end one-on-one on this Mike Backer. Okay? It's almost like a little, we would call it an upright route, but it's like, hey man, run straight at this thing and we're going to throw this at the top crossbar. Okay? So watch. Boom. One-on-one. Again, incompletion, right? What I want you guys to look at, though, is the tight. Because honestly, I don't even know if that's a tight end. Honestly, I hate the New Jersey number thing, but that's a different conversation. This is such a good football, guys. We want to throw this thing at the crossbar. Okay, we want him to go and high point this thing. That is such a good ball. Such a good ball. We have to that has to be caught. The defender's not there, basically, in the quarterback's mind because he's turned and completely locked in on this guy. This has to be a catch. That's just unacceptable, in my opinion. And then this is just, I mean, you guys, we've all seen this, but all we're going to get right here is this tight end's going to sell like he's in zone, and then he's going to turn up and wheel, and Justin's on the pull-up here. Little action. We call it a rock. We would call this rock right, which just means, hey, man, we're going to play action. Instead of a full boot, we're going to half boot and then pull up and throw back. Pulls up, throws back. Heck of a ball. I think it's the same guy, 18, right? Yeah, 18 makes a heck of a play. Heck of a play on this ball. Not a great one on the other one. We're 1 for 2. But Justin, this is just darn good, man. Look at this. Action. Boom. Eyes go front side. He's selling it front side. You see his eyes? 1, 2, 3. Boom. 4. Crosses over. And then just pulls up. Gives a little bit of ground. Heck of a football up the sideline. Nice and explosive. Okay, so this one I marked as good, bad, and the reason I marked it as good, bad is because I think there's an argument to be made for the shoulder 8. So right now what they've got is they've just got double posts, and this shoulder 8's going to be getting flat because it's middle of the field closed. You're going to see them motion this tight end over here and almost sell and then get back to it. It almost turns into double post sail. almost. To me, there's an argument to be made for peaking this shoulder 8 and throwing him over here. Okay? Obviously, we've got the corner sink, but he is spinning back, and he's going to try to get under this to the best visibility. I just don't know, again, because this angle is not that great, if there's a throw to be made here. The reason I marked it as good-bad is because it's like, listen, there's an argument to be made to go ahead and hunt with that football, but again, look at what Justin does. This dude is just a playmaking machine. Oh, I'll get out of the pocket and run for 12 yards and make it look effortless. Okay, cool. I got to be transparent, too. I wasn't like the highest on him coming out of Ohio State, so, you know, I'm kind of eating crow every time he goes out here and plays well, but I just love the game of football, so anytime you see a quarterback playing well, especially a young one, it's exciting. Who cares if you were right? You know, you just got to be honest. Look at this, man. Boom. Look at him navigate. I love it. I love it. And he gets down to protect himself. That's going to be an important thing. So this I have again as good bad. Okay, here's why. This is the subway concept. What's subway? We've got double slant out here, okay, to the weak side, and we have slant arrow to the strong side. Okay? Every time that I've heard people talk subway against too high or middle of the field open, okay, middle of the field open. No, not even middle of the field open. That's on me. Against only too high cloud. So cover 2. We read this thing 1 to 2. Against middle of the field closed, MOFC, we read it arrow to slant, okay? Against quarters, we just think take the arrow, okay? There's a lot of interesting philosophies in terms of the arrow slant and where you set, right? Hey, set for the arrow or set for the slant if the arrow pops, throw it. There's a lot of nuance that comes with that. In a broad general, and speaking in general terms, though, you're going to read this thing arrow to the slant. There are some coaches that teach easy access, off coverage, just go ahead and take the slant. That's what I want to say Justin's doing here. What I would tell you, though, is that this is clearly, to me, a middle-of-the-field closed look, and that he really needs to be hitting this arrow route. And I think that's fairly obvious when you see how this thing plays out. Now, again, does he complete the ball? Of course, he makes a great completion against an off corner. But the only reason I'm going to say, hey, I don't really love it is because if they're teaching it as a cloud, middle of the field closed and quarters PSL concept, meaning pre/post-snap look concept, this then would be marked as wrong. And is it an indicator of things to come? That would be the reason I would say it's slightly concerning to me. Again, great football, good pitch and catch, good first down play, so I don't want to fault him there, but it's just not great. So this I'm going to let run, and then we'll get to the tight and talk about it, because this was a very interesting discussion on Twitter that I had with a lot of really good former players, and I thought there were some really good things that got made. So you guys might have even seen the video that I shot when this play happened live. Re-looking at it with the techniques of these D linemen, okay? The 5-0 check, probably not eligible, okay? I didn't notice his technique. So what you're probably going to want to do, and this is after talking with Kurt Warner, Danny Woodhead, a bunch of guys that I think are really knowledgeable, is you're going to want to re-mic him. So first let's talk about the protection that they're in. Appears to be that the line is going to account for 4 down and the mic. Okay, that's what I would guess they're accounting for here. With Mike being 42, there's really only one option, which is this guy's coming and we need to throw hot off of him to the back. That's really the only option you have if you don't change the protection. Obviously, just his eyes are in the wrong spot to begin with, which is a deeper conversation. With that being said, the way to solve this at the line would be, hey, one, you could just line slide it, right? Hey, Ricky, and we're going to go here, and we're going to just slide this thing right, and we're going to stay big on big backside. Okay, one way to solve it. The other way would be to new Mike ID 59, and then essentially you're still going to get that call from your line, but you're really going to full slide this thing and stay backside. Then if 42 comes, so let's say you get 59 to peel and 42 pressures, you're going to throw hot in. You might throw hot into a worse look if we're being transparent. The moral of the story is you would have loved to see him either A, solve this problem, or B, just throw hot. We got neither. And that's probably the biggest concern here, not to mention that his eyes are in the wrong spot. That's, yeah, not great. So that's the bad. Here, you get almost an identical look, right? You get the same exact pressure. You get Sam off the edge. Now he throws hot and replaces it. This is later in the game. So to me, the thing that you worry about is he lucking into it, right? Does he really not realize that this guy's coming and he's kind of lucking into this hot? That's more of the concern, I would say, is did he luck into this, or was this truly a learning experience of, hey, I know where my hot is. We're not really going to know until we see more football. But all you can do is grade what happened, and you love you know, you love that he learned. So this is Mesh Seahawk with Mesh Seahawk H Bullet. I drew it up, but again, this is what I'm talking about with the angles. It's really hard, but you've got double shallows coming, mesh. You've got the bullet. Okay, when you're reading this play out, you're going to alert the back. The back is 1. Alert/1, that's where your eyes go. Then you're going to go 1 to 2 to 3. Justin does such a good job reading this out. You can see his eyes initially go to the back. He moves off it. You can see him go to the shallow and then just drives the deep hank. Ball gets dropped, or I guess contact breaks it up. The tight is so much better. The tight is almost wider than the, you know, whatever. You can see his eyes, boom, flash the back, get to this shallow, and then get off it and get to the deep hank. I just love that ball. So that's third down. We drop it. Matt Nagy says, you know what, we're going for it. He runs the same exact play, but guess what? The receivers bust the route. Okay, this turns into double shallow, triple shallow. I don't know where the miscommunication was, but I have a hard time believing that that was the actual play call, is triple shallow. Justin says, okay, you know what? I'll spin out of it on fourth down, and I'll just go convert it with my legs. That is so good when it comes to what he brings to this offense. It's just not even funny. Anytime you have a guy who can just decide, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and spin out of this, run all the way across the field, make everyone on an NFL field look slow, I'll go up there and get out of bounds. It's just so good. This is my favorite guy, though. Look at this guy on the sideline. Watch over here. Get down, get down, get down. Oh, okay, good job, Justin. So, all in all, Justin Fields had a heck of an outing. The question is can he protect himself? I think when you're looking at rookie quarterbacks, you really want to make sure, hey, that they're, before you put them out there, they can protect themselves. Here's what I would say about Justin. Justin's athletic enough to where he's going to be able to make people miss in the pocket. He'll spin out. He'll do certain things that I think give him an edge. The protection checks would be the concern. If he gets the protection checks dialed in my opinion, you go with Justin Fields week 1. Why? Because your offense is so anemic with Andy Dalton right now. Get him on the field, get him learning, get him processing. Yeah, sure. Do I think this is the most innovative offense I've ever seen? Absolutely not. I don't think that. Do I think that there's going to be times in which it's going to be a struggle? Yes, of course. But he gives you so many viable options, and he makes your offense actually explosive. I just don't get the benefit of keeping him on the sideline. So that's my opinion. Comment below if you agree, disagree. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, again, resharing, and I appreciate you. Okay.